Hey, Henry, thumbs up. You're hearing me, I believe. Ooh, let everybody get in here. A little slow. I'm not slow go today, just sort of play catch up day because it's the weekend always is tough. Get everybody in here. We're at the corner of Portage and can't remember the street behind me, but interesting note as I'm walking down here and coming into the coffee shop today, and I was going to go to a shop that I like a lot that I go to a lot when I'm here, but it's a little further walk, and it was going to be a little drizzly out there right now. But interesting that I kept seeing some rather large fellas walking around. Now they weren't maybe NFL training camp large, but they were large. They looked Division 1 size ish. Some of them did. It's the Ottawa Red Blacks staying here. Ottawa Red Blacks are the CFL team in here playing Winnipeg. So Winnipeg Blue Bombers are really successful. Matter of fact, Gold Eyes used to play at the old Winnipeg Stadium, which was a kind of a hybrid football baseball facility. They kind of there we go, but they've got a new stadium in Winnipeg. I'll say newer. It's been here, I don't know, 10 years or so, maybe less. Yeah, about 10 years, maybe a little bit more than that. Since I've been coming here, the stadium's been out there. It's south of town on the University of Manitoba campus, which I believe is, if you go south back toward Pembina, back toward the U.S. border, it's the southern edge of Winnipeg. It's a sprawling campus there. And on the campus is the stadium. And I think it seats about 35, maybe 40,000, maybe. And by Division 1 standards in the U.S., it'd be medium, lower medium size. It's maybe smaller on the smaller size. I mean, by contrast with the Fargo Dome seats 15, 18. So it's twice as large as that. But put a perspective of Iowa, what does Kinnick hold? Kinnick Stadium holds what? Kinnick holds about 80. I think Kinnick Stadium holds 70,000. What's Nebraska hold? Nebraska holds 80,000. So the stadium here is probably half that size. I know Jones Stadium in Lubbock, 66, 70,000 roughly. But anyway, it's a new stadium. I didn't know they were staying here, but apparently CFL football is going on tonight while we're playing baseball. So there's that. Here we go. But I look some big fellas walking around, and they're definitely not playing baseball. But yeah, I don't know much about. I mean, I know a little about the CFL, but not a lot. There was a kid from Lake Highlands where I grew up in Dallas that played up here for a number of years. It's really legendary, and I believe Hamilton he played. But anyway, I don't know a lot about it. But yeah, interesting. But I was coming down, a couple big dudes coming in, but they're wearing. The reason I saw they're wearing these are like matching sweatsuits, right? You know, traveling sweatsuits. So and I started thinking, and I saw more, and I'm like, okay. But tonight, Winnipeg Gold Eyes and your Sioux City Explorers here. And I think some of the Blue Bombers may stay here. You know what? I think maybe it's a guy just walked. Well, guy's wearing a Winnipeg jersey. He must be a baseball player here. Yeah, it's a ball player here. Yeah, but the gentleman, there was another kid behind me over here, but was looking at me. He looked big enough to be a footballer, but I think he was a baseball pitcher. He's kind of stretching his back out. But I think a lot of the Gold Eyes live here in the hotel. The imports do, or at least the ones that don't have host parents do, and they've got quite a few. But there's a guy getting in over here wearing a gold eye, a Blue Bomber jersey. So, but he's probably a Gold Eye. But anyway, my whole thing here is that the stadium's not close to here. I mean, the ballpark's right around the corner, and the hockey arena is two block. Hockey arena is a block up. Ballpark 6 blocks that way. So, and there's another guy walking over with an R sweatshirt on, so he's got to be a coach or some such. But and I saw some fans, a couple of guys in Ottawa jerseys. So they were obviously just checking into the hotel for the game. They must be making road trips. So, it'll be interesting to see what time they go to the ballpark. We're going at 3:30. It's a little light rain here. Not pouring. It's a little misting now. Batting practice was canceled today, so no one filled BP. Original bus was 2:30, 3:30 bus. But it'll be interesting to see if they've got, because I'm sure they'll have 2, maybe 3 buses going to the stadium, right? They'll have, there's usually an offensive bus, a defensive bus, and then usually a personnel bus with some of the support crew. When a football team travels, Division One, or we have 1 bus, and in the major leagues you'll have 2 buses, right? In the MLB you'll have 2 buses. You'll have a good morning, kids. Good morning, kids. Guy looks a lot like Steve McGuire. He looks like he could play in the CFL. He looks like he could be a quarterback. He's got that size. All we know is a basketballer in his younger days. But yeah, when you travel like in the major leagues, be a team bus, auxiliary bus, trainers, broadcasters, media relations, traveling secretary, all that. So they have, but in the NFL and even in Division One, if you see Iowa or Nebraska go on the road, even USD, when they drive up to say, when they drive up to, I don't know, Brookings, they're going to have 3 or 4 buses. They're going to have an offensive bus, a defensive bus, maybe it might even be a traveling squad bus, and maybe a 4th bus with personnel, coaches. You got your video crew, you've got your social crew, you've got your media relations crew, you got your trainers, you've got your equipment people, team doctors. I mean, you've got all the athletic directors. And then sometimes there'll be another bus. I know when Texas Tech travels, there'll be 5, 6 buses, 2 team buses, or team bus, and then maybe auxiliary bus, staff bus, media bus. So I'm interested to see when we go to the ballpark today if the Ottawa football team will be out there with us, because we're going at 3:30. Anyway, I don't know why that interests me so much, but it's just a random thing. But all right. Yes, good morning. How are we doing? Jason, GM, how you doing, Doc? So a random soliloquy on Canadian football, which I had no idea they were staying here. So there's that. Okay, so here we go. CFL. I'm not even sure. I happened to look at the standings last night, just out of coincidence. It was a Thursday night game. Calgary was hosting BC, and I watched the 4th quarter of the BC Lions upsetting Calgary at Calgary. So there's that. All right, what do you guys got? Hey, Joe, good to see you. Tracy, good to see you. What do you guys got today? Are you feeling better today? What's your angst today? How are you feeling? Do we feel marginally better? Do you feel excited? Do you feel on the edge? What's your emotions today after the series win there in Fargo? Oh wait, timeout. I gotta say one thing to Margaret. She's rocking the pants. Rocking the pants. Yeah. You're not, but she is. No, you look good, Mongo. You guys both look good. When I see fine wear, I got to say something. All right. The doctor's watching. She knows what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about when I say this. It's some cool pants, and they weren't being worn by Mongo. There we go. Oh, he can pull them off, but anyway, maybe I don't know. The flared legs may not work for him, but they would work, and they're a little tighter on the ankle. All right. So, how was the drive up? Drive was good. What is it?
I'm not going to tell you. But I just want you to try it. See what you got.
It's it's a little cinnamon. No, what is it?
Orange cream cold.
Oh, it's like creamsicle cold brew.
Yeah.
I've heard about that. It's pretty good. With the coffee mixed in, it's good. Mongo had the orange cream coffee. The creamsicle thing. Have you guys had this at Starbucks? Have you guys had this? Some shops are doing it. I've had it. See you guys. Y'all be. Some shops are doing that. There's a shop in Dallas called. Oh gosh. Well, actually, I know Hawks does it over the bluff. Hawks does it. Hawks does. Matter of fact, I'm walking people walking out here. I'm just all over the place here today. I talked about personnel. You may see them go behind me in a minute. These are obviously staffers of the Red Blacks, and they got pages of stuff they're carrying that are maybe game notes, maybe, and some traveling notes. But it's kind of funny to see a team travel. I mean, I get it. Team travel just amazes me. If I would have had another job, I would have been a traveling secretary in the big leagues. And I actually interned one spring for a few weeks in the Reds office with a traveling secretary back in the day in Plant City. The travel thing amazes me anyway, and I love it when you got to move a whole group of people in your everybody personnel, and it's a science. We've talked about it on our broadcast about how our guys do and don't do, how we pack the bus, things like that. But I'm amazed that when, for example, the Hawkeyes, Cyclones, who else? Yotes, Cornhuskers, Red Raiders, when they travel somewhere, how they get there and how the whole you basically move your whole apparatus there. And for example, in the college ranks, let's just say Iowa's going to play UCLA. They did it last year. I think they did. There'll be not a bus, a tractor trailer will leave Iowa City like on a Wednesday morning, right? And they'll drive across the country. They'll have a semi truck and they'll drive it across the country. Equipment crew, a couple drivers. And they'll get there Thursday night and they'll be set up when Iowa arrives on someday Friday. They'll arrive someday Friday and they'll do a walkthrough at the Rose Bowl on a Friday afternoon. All their gear's there already set up for them when they get there, right? Uh, in the baseball world, it's a little different because that's why clubhouse manager is such an important part of the role because your clubby, in our case right now, Austin, does a phenomenal big league job. Austin makes sure that our stuff gets to the ballpark, gets taken care of, gets washed, all that. Everything is sort of sorted. There's no pre-arrival. We do sometimes go a little early, but like we get there this afternoon, there'll be nameplates on the lockers. Our personals won't be there. Well, our equipment won't be there quite yet. We won't go this afternoon because we couldn't go last night because you already had, Sioux Falls is still there. But you got to get all that. When the football world, they got to get all that stuff set up. NFL, same thing. NFL teams have to be there the night before the game. Usually, let's say the Cowboys are going to play the Eagles. They fly out on a Saturday afternoon. After a short walk through the facility, they get there, but their gear is usually shipped prior, either not on a plane or on a truck, or the two. But a lot of times, the NFL, they will ship it in advance. Some teams will ship their own cold weather stuff, their own warmers and things like that. Will be shipped up in advance, like a day or two earlier. Sometimes they'll be, air cargoed up. Fancy franchises like the Cowboys will do that. But anyway, I digress. I love the whole travel thing. I love it. I'm sorry I got on a real tangent here. I love it. I think it's cool. Let's go back and see what everybody's doing here. But anyway, it's cool. But it'll be interesting to see a bit later on. There'll be probably 3 buses of Ottawa football players, and they're driving. It's probably a 35-minute drive, 30-minute drive to the stadium, and they'll probably charter out. I'm sure they charter out of here, so they'll be wheels up at say 7:30 game. They'll be wheels up by 12:30. 1:30 Ottawa time. They'll be back in Ottawa sometime, 4 a.m. All right, let's play catch up here. Let's see. Jason, good to see you. Tracy, good to see you. Joe, how was the drive up? It was good. We crossed the border. There's some fans coming. That's hilarious. I had my phone. I'll get my phone out so you guys can see this. Hold on, let me get this for you. You guys will like this. This is kind of cool. Again, this is a lot of fans here. No Penn State. Sorry. Let me get this here. Hold on. Give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves. So we only have one show the rest of the week. We don't do this again until Tuesday. Hold on. Let me give you guys what I'm talking about. You'll see. Uh, yeah. Ah, try it this way. Hold on, guys. I had it earlier in a There's some fans down there. Obviously, they know the team is staying here, and all right, let's try this. No, I can't do it. Dadgummit. Cheat it when I'm not prepared, guys. I'm sorry. Should be a lot easier than this. Let me just do this. Why am I? Try it again here. Well, anyway, trust me, I'll do it as we talk here. I don't want to hold up anything else. From me. And a guy just walked. Here we go. A guy just walked in. Here we go. Let me get this guy. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hold on. That's what I'm talking about. That guy's a fan right there. We'll get him in a second here. We'll ask this guy when he comes up here in a second. Let's put this down for a moment. Hold on. All right. Drive up was good. We got here at about 9:31. So we took our time. We stopped, had lunch right after we left Fargo there right by the campus. A late lunch. Then we stopped again. Hold on. All right, let me get this guy. He's a fan. So he's got the whole red black thing on. There's some more fans there. I'm not sure. I think it's Ottawa, maybe. I think. But anyway, okay. We'll ask if they come back over. I'll ask about their team because I really don't know much for the CFL. I don't know. I know Winnipeg has been pretty good. I think they won a Grey Cup or two, maybe. And I know they play that like in their season starts in about the middle of their season now. I think they're like 12 games in, maybe. And they usually go, here's ask this guy. So I got a random question. So you guys are a CFL team? You guys are playing Winnipeg? Okay. I'm with the baseball team in Sioux City, and I was telling our fans on our live show that there's these fans in the Red Bull, and I wasn't sure what that was, but CFL, right? Yes. Yeah, show it. There it is. Look good. This guy looks good. Look at him. Look at that, man. Hello, say hello to Iowa. There we go. You're saying hello to Iowa. That looks good, man. That's super fan, man. You're looking good. Yeah, you're looking good, man. Yeah, I just saw the guy. I saw a bunch of big guys walking around. Then I realized I saw you guys. Yeah. I'm like,
Team Charter. I'm a fan. Probably about 15, 20 of us. Traveling.
That's awesome. So they're all staying here, and cool. Well, see, there we go, everybody. See, I was right. I was totally right that they were staying here. I totally got that. Anyway, yeah, cool. And you guys follow the NFL?
Oh, sure do. Yeah.
You follow a team? Yeah. There's only one right answer. If the Dallas Cowboys, of course. No, I'm kidding. It's my team.
Buffalo now.
Oh, he's a Buffalo guy. So there we go, guys. Whatever works, man. I get it. Well, have a good luck to you all tonight. Yeah, it's awesome, man. So we got the Ottawa, the Red Blacks fans are here, and they had fan charter. Isn't that cool? So anyway, gets back to my whole conversation about team travel and all that. So we arrived here last night at 9:30, checked in. Most of the guys had a late dinner. Some of them probably hit the hay. I actually went across the way and had a late salad and snack at a place across the street, and got a little work done. But it was an easy trip up. We had no issues, Jason. So thanks for asking. All right, let's play catch up here. What we got here? I'm way behind after talking CFL and team travel. Love it though, man. I think it's so cool, and I love it when our fans travel with us. Like when we were in Fargo a couple weeks ago, it was great. Kansas City, we always have fans there. I love it. I think it's cool. You know, we had fans in Fargo this last time. I imagine there'll be one or two here tonight. Maybe a converted, Goldeye fan that'll be cheering for the X's. Who knows? All right. Let's see here. Styling, yes. Manga was styling. Nicole was styling, looking good. She looked really good. How are you? I'm good today, Tracy. I'm good. Still feel rested up, ready to go. Always love coming here. I love the broadcast booth here. It's much like Fargo's booth. I love the view. They do a great job here. Like Fargo, they do a really good job as far as facilities. There's some nice ballparks in our league. Obviously, Chicago and Gary South Shore. Kane is nice. Lincoln's great, but this one here, they do a great job. They take really good care of you, and I always like coming here, and really cool. So more red black fans. A couple of players are coming down to greet the. You can tell these boys are huge. These are big. These are big boys. These are D1 type guys. These boys are huge. I mean, they are biggies. Another fan here. Another guy here. He's got the kid on. We'll show it to you. There we go. Looking good. Another red black fan there. And those big boys over there, they're huge. You can't see them. They're big. See them over there? Those are big boys. Anyway, I think it's cool. As one year, I went to every Dallas Cowboy game on the road. Actually, I did this 2 years in a row. Went to every Dallas Cowboy road game, circa 2006 and 7. So I've done the whole on the road thing with the team. Of course, I've been to a lot of Texas Tech road games. So it's cool to go, road games. So I think it's really cool to see these folks doing their travel and supporting their football. And football's easier because you only play so many games a year. It's, baseball, we play a 3-game series, right? So this guy's got the whole red-black trench coat. I think it's cool, man. It's pretty cool. Again, I don't know much about the CFL, but I think it's cool. So there we go. All right. I don't even know if there's any Red Raiders playing in the CFL. I have no idea. I should probably look and see. Anyway, all right. I'm doing good today, Tracy. I love coming here. It has a real big league vibe when you're in Winnipeg playing in the Gold Eyes. It has a real, like I said, they do a great job. Ballpark has a little buzz to it. They do a great job with their show. You get a little energy coming here. I think the X's get energy coming here too. They played well over the years. Won a couple series here in recent memory. Won again. Another big dude. Boy, they're big boys. See, I always thought, man, if I was just 6'4", 6'5", I'd have played professional football, but I mean, they dwarfed me. And I was a good lineman. I mean, I was an all-state lineman at my 5'10" size in the state of Texas. That ain't no joke. Being a lineman in Texas ain't no joke. Anyway, okay. Let's see here. Don says, I forgot yesterday was an early game, was bummed I couldn't watch, but the steam was eased a bit when I saw the final score. Don, you know what? I kind of like it that way too, when you get a surprise like that. Sort of like a couple times, this happened to me in Australia a lot. I'd go to sleep and think I was going to get up for the game. And especially if the Cowboys were playing like at 5 a.m., sometimes the early window was 3 a.m. Like I'd get up or 6, or college football was the worst because let's say it was a noon kickoff, which when I was in Perth, it'd have been noon kickoff in Perth would have been it'd been like Sunday morning, right? So you're going to, it's just and you'd maybe not get you wouldn't really realize what time it was, and boom, you're like, oh, it's the fourth quarter. And there goes Dylan Tatum. Dylan Tatum's a big dude. He looks dwarfed upon those linemen. But you wake up and you're like, oh, wait, you're up in the fourth quarter and you see the last couple plays. Well, the same thing yesterday for you, Don. You look up and the X's won 5-2. It's a great stress wave feeling, right? You don't feel stressed about it. All right. Sonny says, happy Friday. Coffee would be nice. It is nice, Sonny. It's very nice. I wanted to go, like I said, to a place. I like doing the show here because I like the lighting here, but there's a place around the corner I like to go to, and a little too far away to walk this morning. I was a little late because we're at 1 o'clock here. LDU, LDU, but it's not that. It's but Hawks does a creamsicle cold brew that Mongo was talking about a moment ago. A lot of places are doing that now. The old creamsicle thing. Hawks does it. I think their creamsicle flavor is for their Warrior one. Every school's got a flavor over at Hawks. They're in Sergeant Bluff. You guys know where that is? We love Hawks. I'm there just about every other day. But they have a creamsicle cold brew there. Nittany Lions, no. Hey, Seth, what are you doing? No Nittany Lions a day. Oh, yeah, Nittany Lions going to USC. Yeah, same thing. And what I was talking about, whenever Division I football teams travel, again, Iowa, Penn State, when they in the Big Ten, Texas Tech, when they go to West Virginia, those trucks of equipment, you'll see them over the road. You've probably seen the social media post of your college with a big semi truck. It'll say Iowa football or whatever on it, right? I don't know if Iowa State has a truck. They may have I don't know. They may have minivans. Sorry. A lot of Iowa State angst toward Texas Tech, so I'm just firing back. That's all I'm doing. They got 4 paddle trucks as Iowa State. I'm just firing back. You guys be nice to Tech. We're not mean to you, but you've been mean to me lately, and that's basically for the guy at Bob Rose who was talking smack about Tech and complaining that Iowa State didn't have any money. And I'm like, well, that's not really my fault that you don't have money, but anyway. I'm like, why is it my fault? Sorry, you can't have money, so we can't either. What is it? What is it? College football communist? What are we doing? Greaves. Anyway, sorry, Iowa State fans. I had to say that. But anyway, you got your big semi trucks going down. It'll say, Hawkeye football and whatever, and then you'll see them you'll see the social media post as well. You see them all the time. So they got to leave days early to get there. Seth, how you doing, mate? You doing good? Gave you a shout out in the broadcast yesterday. I envisioned you in the office having wings, legs propped up, just kicking it like the TV series. I couldn't figure out what character you were, though. I wasn't sure if you were. I couldn't figure. All I knew was that probably Travis was going to be Michael Scott, but I couldn't figure out anybody else or where I fit in. I guess I don't really fit in there. I'm never there, right? Bullpen's really been good lately. No walks. Kenny, great stat right here. This is in the game notes today. You're thinking with me. The 2 wins in Fargo, the bullpen clean sheets. Bullpen actually, and here's a funny thing too. In the loss on Wednesday, the X's didn't walk anybody. They walked 2 batters in, I think it was 7 or 3rd innings. In the loss, in 2 innings, they walked nobody. So the bullpen in the 9 third innings they worked in the bullpen in Fargo, they allowed 2 earned runs, walked 2, and I believe they allowed 4 hits, 5. And the 2 wins, you didn't allow anything. In the loss, you allowed the home run to Sermo. That's it. Even the loss, you only allowed the home run to Sermo. So that's getting it done, man. You're going to need that bullpen. You're going to need him tomorrow night. I think tonight Nate Mertens is going to get you 6. I love this matchup tonight for the X's. We'll get to that a bit in a moment. Seth says only 3 back with Fargo. Sioux Falls playing a 4-game set. Need to go 2-1, which Winnipeg to be a good. Yeah, Seth, I would say so. I think that really the math is taking care of itself if you do your job. Winnipeg got here in this spot to be in the league. By the way, did I not tell you guys what I sat here on the show 3 weeks ago and said to you when they were on that roll? They will catch Kansas City. I sat right here and told you this 2 Fridays ago. I told you they would catch Kansas City, and they did last night. They won over Sioux Falls. It was a balk call that led to a lot of runs, but it was a balk when I looked at the video later on. But Winnipeg caught Kansas City, and now they live by a half game. I think Kansas City is on a real tough stretch. They got Milwaukee now for 3, and they got some back and forth with Winnipeg coming up. We'll get to that schedule in a minute, but I told you that it was very possible. And sure enough, you look up today, and who is in first place? Right? So, but yeah, back to the whole thing about what you do. Seth, if you just take care of your business, that means win a series. If you win the next 3 series, yes, you won't necessarily catch Winnipeg, and no, you won't necessarily catch Fargo, but you'll pull the gap closer. And what the idea was, as Mongo talked about in the pregame in Fargo on Tuesday, he said the idea is to get yourself the last 2 weeks of the season with a manageable situation where you can make a run. And that's what you're trying to do. Because if your baseball math takes place, and you do your thing, you win a series. No, you were not going to. You will not. Let's just take Winnipeg out of the equation. You won't catch Winnipeg, okay? But you should, if you do your job, catch the Falls or Fargo. And remember, the Falls and Fargo are playing this weekend. We'll break all that down, but you do your job. And remember, you have the head-to-head against Lincoln, so they have to pass you. The only one you don't is Sioux Falls. You have the head-to-head with Winnipeg right now, Fargo, and you are actually with Kansas City. You are 4-5, 5-4. Is that right? Yeah, 5-4. I mean, you've got the tiebreakers all in your favor except for Sioux Falls. So, I think that's sort of the way it works. I mean, look at it from that standpoint. But anyway, you look at a situation there where again, you're 3 back now, technically 4 back. One that's key though, Seth, is the Fargo head-to-head, right? Because let's just say Fargo let's say Fargo drops in that 4th spot. You have the head-to-head, and you beat them next week. And if you win that series at home, all you got to do is be even with Fargo. You finish even with Fargo, and you're fine because you have the head-to-head. You kind of would like to see Sioux Falls get hot, maybe leapfrog Kansas City and leapfrog Fargo, and then you drop back, and then you can take care of business against Fargo. You're not going to catch Winnipeg. I think Kansas City will slide back a bit, but I think they won't. They won't slide worse than 3rd. I don't think. I think 3rd's an easy place they could be, but that's going to be a nip and tuck thing. So we'll get to that in a moment. Is a team bus in a well-protected area? I hope they all are. Hope they all are. Sean says, "Go Steelers, go Chiefs." Okay.
Coming up. Thank you.
Another one of those red blacks there. He's saying hello to our buddy here from Ottawa. Although Robbie brings a good point up. If Sioux Falls keeps imploding, that does you help. That helps you out as well. I mean, there's several pathways there. We'll get to that in a moment when we get past all you guys' questions and comments. Kenny's a huge CFL fan. Kenny, who do you follow in the CFL? I used to have a Toronto hat, but I don't know what they even have a team still. I guess they do. I have no idea. Think they do? I don't know. Oh, Jared is in Toronto? I didn't know that, Kenny. No idea. What was the Lake Highlands guy's name that played at Lake Highlands and played in the CFL forever? What was his name? John something. Is it Duggins or something like that? Remember I'm talking about, Kenny? He's probably a couple years older than us. Early 80s Lake Highlands quarterback. He played in the CFL forever. Dunnigan, maybe? Is that his name? I think he went to Law Tech, perhaps. Does that sound right? Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. If our pitching locks in, we're very dangerous. Yeah, the bullpen's been great, man. The bullpen's been great, Seth, and that's the thing. That's why you got a series win in Fargo. You heard Mongo talk about it on Thursday or Wednesday night in the postgame. They didn't hesitate yesterday. When Otano faced Sermo, it came to the bullpen and gave Sermo some more velocity. He did get an RBI single, but got the ball in the ballpark. Great move. Winds up key point in the series. Yeah, I like that. Easton says, "Go X's for the best team ever." Even better than 27 Yankees. Easton, are you sure? Are you sure? I have no idea. My birthday got posted yesterday. My birthday's not for another 7 weeks, 8 weeks. But for some reason, my birthday was posted yesterday. I've got no idea why. On socials, I got no clue why. I had several birthday messages yesterday, and it's still a ways away. Big dude, man. That's a big dude. That's a big dude. Yeah, just standing to my left, he's like, has to be a tight end of some sort. I mean, too thin to be a lineman, but too big to be a punter. Okay, long angle. Looks like a Australian rules footballer. Just a long. As Aussie rules players basically look like light poles. They're not light poles. They look like columns that hold up a freeway. Tall. Anyway. All right. I know I didn't figure out why. I don't know why that was posted yesterday, but my birthday was not yesterday. Easton, go wash those pants, Seth says. Easton's currently in the laundry room holding Knowles' pants. Good. Fix them, Easton. Make sure they look good. He's a secret sauce. Yeah, my wife is my clubby. There you go. There you go. Yeah, don't dry my clothes on high heat. I'll wind up looking like I'm wearing a fat man little shirt thing. I'm gonna hang him outside in Texas or 110 right now. There we go. Yeah, Matt Dunnigan. That's the name I'm thinking of. Wasn't he from Lake Highlands, Kenny? In Dallas Lake Highlands. I think he was. Tiger Cat. I know that Hamilton's where the CFL Hall of Fame is, but boy, we don't get a lot of CFL in the States. We don't get it. I mean, I know a little bit of it, but again, only because my trip's here. But weird because I love football. I love football, especially the way the CFL season goes. It starts in the spring, but it carries to the summer into the fall, so it gives you an early start to falling football. But it's very Canadian, which I love. I love that about it. It's like the AFL in Australia, very Aussie rules. Right now, it's Aussie rules football. I watch a lot of Aussie rules right now, especially early in the morning or on the bus rides, because that's going on right now in Australia. But anyway. What's your favorite trip? Sean asked me, you look forward to. I love Fargo. I love the vibe. I love the town. I always talk about how it reminds me of a poor man's Lubbock. It's a unique place. You got to kind of want to be there in Fargo. So like Lubbock, you got to kind of want to be there, but it has a real heart to it. I love that. I love Jack. I love the great job they do. I think the hotel, it's not the fanciest, but it's a nice, good location. Malls there, great shopping. There's eating places around. The downtown Fargo's cool. A lot of cool coffee shops. So Fargo's probably the one. I always think I sound great there because of the booth's big. It's a great booth. There's a lot of room there. I can spread out. I can do my thing. I'm not doing this. I mean, I love being at home. Don't get me wrong, but I don't have much room. I mean, I literally have about this much room. But in Fargo, I've got room to spread out. I have a guest. We had Michael Lang on. We had plenty of room in there. But I think Fargo is probably my biggest one. The other one I used to look forward to going to Gary because I worked there for so long, and because my mom would come over, my brother comes over. I like going to Chicagoland. The Gary ballpark's a great view too. I think I sound pretty good there. Chicago, the ballpark's fine. I like the location there. There's a lot of great things to do out in Chicago in that area, Rosemont. But I would tell you the place I look forward to the most is Fargo. The runner-up would be Lincoln. I like the Lincoln Hotel, I like the Haymarket area. I like the vibe of Lincoln. It's a college town, but it's also a city, state capital. Those are my two favorites, I think. Cleburne, obviously, you're going to sleep in your own bed, but that ballpark, it's a long drive from my house. Nothing fancy about it. I mean, it's fine. But I think Fargo's the all-around one I look forward to the most, as much as that's a rivalry for us. Canada coming here is not bad. It's a city. So you have this always feels like a major league vibe. It's a major league vibe here. You feel like a major league vibe. You're a major league city. You have the major league vibe. You walk the ballpark like you could in, say, New York or Chicago. Well, that's not a bad example, but like you could back in the old days, right? Walk to the ballpark. So it's kind of cool in that aspect. It's culturally cool here. There's a festival going on across the way. Last night there was Kill Switch Engage, which is a heavier rock band, was playing, and some other bands are playing down the street. A lot of cool things in the summertime to do here. It's a little vibe to it. It's international. Granted, it's bigger than any place else we go besides the Chicagoland and DFW area. But yeah, I would say probably my favorite one. My favorite stop would be Fargo. Okay, my favorite of the stops. My favorite as far as just. I would rank my broadcast booths as such. Broadcast booths: Gary, Fargo, Lincoln. Actually, let's go Gary, Fargo, Lincoln are all the same. They're all great broadcast booths. I love them all. Those are all great broadcast booths. I think I sound good there. I'm always in a real good groove there in those places. Those three are the best broadcast booths. Best stadium, I think, is Gary. I think it's a great facility. It's a little dated, but a very great facility. I think the runner-up would be Winnipeg. Would be right behind it. It's been well maintained, and Andrew Collier and his crew do a great job here. And then I would say Lincoln's would be right there below. I love Gary's facility. The location's not great, and I would say Lincoln and Winnipeg right there behind him. But as far as stops, Fargo's the one for me. I do look forward to Chicago. Don't get me wrong. I like having a lot of it has to do too. If we have off days, Sean, if we have off days in Chicagoland are great because I could go to the city, whatever. It's cool. So anyway, long answer there, but Matt was a Lake Highlands Wildcat and La Tech. Yeah, okay. So I'm right about that. I was totally right. I knew the Lake Highlands connection, but I don't know if people in the DFW. Lake Highlands, a high school Kenny and I know in Dallas. I grew up in Lake Highlands. I didn't go to school there, but I grew up there around the corner from the state or that high school. But I don't think people that live in the Metroplex know that the guy's a Hall of Famer in Canada. I had no idea. So I knew he was pretty good. Let's see here. Sam says, I always look forward to KC. I love hitting there for the more than, yeah, you know what? I guess Kansas City, because I work, Nate, Kansas City's a good stop too. I guess my thing is because of the way things ended with me there, I probably, maybe I just don't think about it as much. Maybe. I kind of got spoiled living there. I lived there. I was there all the time. I kind of took it for granted that it was a great place to go. Maybe. Yeah, everybody has a different reason, but I think Nate like hitting everywhere. Sean says, I love Fargo. Been at North Dakota State football. It's cool, man. Cool place. You guys are catching us, Walter says. Only 3 games behind, but yeah, Walter, you got to be 4. It's really a 4-game lead because we can't beat you in a tiebreaker. Going 3-9 against the Canaries is sort of the reason why. Getting beat 6 in a row didn't help. So yeah, so technically you're 4 back, but yes, we're getting closer. Haymarket Park is fantastic. Saw the Salt Dogs play there last year. That is. Let's check. I didn't check the Instagram. What's on Instagram today? Rob Hughes. Good to see you. Trey, Andrew, Seth, AD. Great crew there, man. Let us see everybody out there on the Instagram. As I kind of wound up want to talk baseball, we just spent most time talking CFL and team travel. Big Nate, gonna get his coffee this morning. Haymarket is fantastic, Sean. Hey, Zach Wilman, great job of getting 100 strikeouts. He's not done yet. He needs 5 more strikeouts to be a group of 12 explorers in their career who have 106 strikeouts. 106 is the lottery markification. 106 and above is a fantastic, it's legendary status amongst X's fans or X's stats. So 5 more gets him there. He's got a chance. I don't think he'll catch Marmon, but he's got a chance to finish 2 or 3 single season strikeouts. So really great stuff from Willie, man. He was a gutty. You'll see him on Sunday. He'll pitch on Sunday. Willie is. Well, you are the GOT. He is. He's a good dude. He is. Nick, you know that feeling, right? It's just sort of like, again, another, it dawned on me because it just doesn't. I mean, even though I was there for dawned on me. It's weird because Gary does. And I think for me, Nate, because when I left Gary, it wasn't because I didn't want to be in Gary or they didn't want me. I'd still be in Gary, if not for a phone call I got from Chris Brown in Kansas City. I've talked about this before, and they had an opening, and I wanted to be closer to my wife at the time the kiddos were still in school. It was easier for them to get back and forth from Texas and drive. They could drive. You couldn't drive to Chicago. They could drive to Kansas City. So maybe that's why it is. Nate Sampson, good old mini monster and left. Yes. All right. What else we got today? Let's look at the series tonight real quickly here before I let you guys go. I gave this on the broadcast yesterday, I believe, late. somewhere. Today, James Bradwell going is 0-3 and a 13-0-1. Now, Bradwell, I'm going to take you back. He pitched against the X's. It would have been, pull it up here. I had this up earlier. Let me pull this up real quickly here. Right-hander tonight, Mertens and Bradwell. Pull this up here. It would have been in Sioux City. I think it was the 7-3 ball game. I think. No, it was not. Or was it? No, it would have been. Pulled this up earlier, and I should have left it up on the screen, but just give you his numbers here. Loading forever. The I-score takes forever to load. All righty. All right, Bradwell. You're not going to see Kohigashi this series, which is good. You'll see him probably next week. There's Bradwell's numbers here. Here we go. James Bradwell's 0-3, as I mentioned, 13-0-1. That start against Sioux City came back on June 23rd. He went an inning and third, 7 hits, 6 runs, 1 walk. He didn't get out of the first inning. His last timeout, 4 2/3, 5 earned against Lincoln. Last home start against Lincoln, 4 1/3, 6 earned. He gave up 11 earned runs his last 9 innings. 6 earned runs against Kansas. So he hasn't gone past the 4th inning. And he's gone the 5th inning the last 2 times, but not past that. Mostly a bullpen piece earlier. See you, Nate. So I like the matchup tonight. Just because I like it doesn't mean you're going to go out and roll, but I think it favors the X's tonight. Yes, the guy doesn't walk a lot. Everything does happen for a reason. You're Nate Sampson, mini monster and left. Yes, the old mini monster and left. I forgot about it. You met Nate. Yeah, I got you. Everything happens for a reason. It sure does. I believe in that too. And I think revisionist history always is different too, Nate. You know this as well as I do. The pain of today is the joy of tomorrow, so to speak, right? I think as we step back, I think now that I step back, year 4 in Siouxland, was in Gary 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, so 4 years, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. But one of those years you didn't play. So I was in Kansas City 6. I'm passing my time in Gary, and I will easily pass my time in Kansas City and Sioux City as well, I think. So, Lord willing, right? But yeah, I'm with you. So that's your matchup tonight. The rest of series 2, I don't know if I've got all that for you on the game notes. I'm going to get those updated. We'll have the game notes up in about an hour or less. But let's give you guys, hold on real quickly here. Enjoy the game. Yes, thank you. Go Red Blacks. Here we go. I love it, making the trench coat on. It looks great, man. So awesome. I love fans that care. All right, hold on. Jason sent me this yesterday. The rotation. Where I did with that, but anyway, here it is, right here. Well, I'm just all over the place today, guys. You can tell I'm excited about being ready for the series. I'm ready with the series. Where are we got here? Here we go. Matchup is as follows. Luke Boyd going on Saturday. Luke Boyd, we faced him here and also faced him in Cleveland 2 years ago. So Boyd, the right-hander, I think he's from Baylor, and then Kevin Valpo, the lefty, which we've seen him in relief. He's not started against the X's. So interesting matchups all around. Luke Boyd, you've had some success against him here and there. but he's been pretty good. But you've about 500 against him. Uh, you've done well against the gentleman tonight, going Bradwell. Then Valpool, you faced him relief. He's a lefty, and you fit lefty as well. It's a really good series here. I think the X's had a really good chance. If you do your job and don't do the things you talk about, don't make crazy errors, don't walk nine, make the plays you're supposed to make, hit with runners in scoring position, execute the plan, you can win 2 or 3 games up here. I think the X's can. And the crazy thing about it is they have a really good chance to win a series, and they've got a really good chance to be back in the playoff mix even more so after this weekend without having long winning streaks. And I think we go back to that whole body of work thing. 10-game winning streaks are great. But if you got 9-game losing streaks, that's not good either. If your body of work is 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3, that body of work is going to get you a championship, because if you do that every time out, you're going to win a series. You're going to win every series, right? So that's where I think that's where we not lost on me here. That's what the X has got to do. All right, last call here. Questions and comments. What do you guys feel about tonight? From a Friday in Winnipeg. And we'll go to the ballpark at 3:30. That's 2 hours from now. What do you guys think? How you feeling? Give me a chance to chime in, Robbie. Anybody else out there? Check our friends on Instagram, what they got going on. No great comments there, but just always check. Glad you guys to stop by. All right, broadcast time tonight is at 6:30. Tonight's a 7 o'clock game. Tomorrow's 6, and it's 1 o'clock on Sunday. We'll get back to Iowa at 1:30 in the morning-ish, 1 o'clock in the morning-ish. Probably cross the border about 8 on Sunday. Another, 3 hours down to Fargo gets us a little, probably get to Fargo about 10-ish, 10:30, 11. Get us down to Sioux City about 2, probably 2 in the morning-ish. But that we're off on Monday, so no drama there. Yeah, I think it's a good pitching matchup tonight, Larry. I do. I think you're right. I think it is. A guy that's had trouble. Now, granted, he's due to have a better outing, but he's not pitched past the 4 2/3 innings in his starts. Prior to that, he was a bullpen piece, but he did get a start against the X's. Didn't last but a third of an inning, a third of an inning. And we were catching their 5th spot, or what would be their 5th spot, but I think it's actually their 5th spot. We're actually catching their back into the rotation. But I believe we'll only see Kohashi. I think he would go, I think Friday next week. I think that's right. Wait, no, if he goes Tuesday, we wouldn't see him again until Sunday. So we may see him on Sunday. He was tough on the X's. But looking forward to seeing what happens tonight. Should be fun, man. This is a great game on. As Mongo said last night, he said it several times, it's playoff baseball. You're right now 2-1 in the playoffs. It's what you're 2-1 in the playoffs. And maybe trying to get in this way is the right way to go. I don't recommend it for the fan base, for the coaching staff sleep, but maybe it is. Maybe coming from the behind is the way to do it. Maybe that's the way to go. I don't know. All right. Love you guys. See the broadcast. Who's going to lead us out tonight? We'll get the Discord page. It's up. Great stuff there. I put some interesting things in there, here and there, the little tidbits I can put in when I can. Of course, the game notes will be up shortly. They're almost done. They're done. I just got to do some proofing on them, and they'll be done. On our daily game notes, they're there. We produce them every day. Andrew does his half. I do my half, and it's something a lot of teams don't do anymore. They just got to blow a ball. They do that. They don't do what we do. I begin to realize no one does what we do anymore. And I'll toot our own horn. I don't care. Yeah. Do we put out too much information? Yes. Will there be a comment made tonight, probably by my mate Trevor Curl? He'll say, "Oh, there's DB's deep game, or his what does he call him?" He says, "Deacon Vaughn's 20 pages of game notes." I know he's being snarky, but he's also being kind. He's kidding around with me. I know that. But my attitude is we're going to do what we've always done. Always done that way. We're going to do a big league job, even at our level. If that means we do 20 pages of game notes, so be it. Does it mean a lot of that's useless? Probably, but you won't have to go looking for extra inning numbers or bullpen numbers or whatever, right? You'll be able to find them. We won't be able to have to. I mean, there are game notes we get that are just basically a one sheet, and hey, more power to you, but we just don't do that. So we take a lot of time doing it. It's a pain in the butt. It takes a lot of time, but we do what we do. All right. Jason, lead us out. Okay, here we go. Jason leads us out. Guys ready? I'm ready. We're all ready. 1, 2, 3, go X's. I'll see you in the broadcast tonight, everybody.